Hello all. Hello all. A very good evening. My name is Mansi Deshpande and I will be your host for today's session, an interactive talk on the journey of blue tea with Mr. Nitesh Singh. Before we begin, let me take a minute to introduce you all to FoodYaari. FoodYaari is an all-inclusive educational platform for all things food science and technology. It gives you an enriching learning experience in the form of articles, quizzes, webinars, etc. You even get a chance to learn and interact alongside like minded food science enthusiasts. Now, let me introduce you to our guest speaker for the evening, Mr. Nitesh Singh. He completed his Bachelor of Commerce from Delhi University and did an MBA in Rural Management from University of Allahabad. Presently, he is the co-founder of Blue Tea, a purpose-based brand creating value for Indian farmers by enabling them to come at the forefront and changing their lives for better. Blue Tea, an all-new herbal tea brand presented in the pitch of Shark Tank India. I must say, it is a true honor to have you here for this evening, sir. A warm welcome to you on behalf of FoodYaari. So, without any further ado, let's jumpstart today's session. My first question to you would be, how did you learn about blue tea and what made you realize its potential as a product?
Yeah, first of all, thanks Mansi, thanks FoodYaari for bringing me here, and all of listeners who are just watching this thing, watching this show. So, your question is why you started Blue Tea,
Yeah,
and
how did you
I
first
think
learn about blue tea?
so. There was no Blue Tea actually. We invented. There's a thing called butterfly pea. People used to drink it. People used to consume it, and I think Southeast Asia. So we saw that. We saw an opportunity that something can be made. Till now, before that, people used to have teas which were made up of leaves and which is not as healthy as it was said on TV commercials. Because the tea which you drink is bought by Britishers from China, and today, the drink initially it was black tea, which we have as chai. Later on, marketers did what? They bought green tea that it will make a weight loss. They just put in a mind with a lot of ad commercial that it is very healthy, it will make your weight loss. But it's not the case. It's not the case. It's not as healthy as they projected. Because why they're selling it? Because it is weight loss. Do they say any health benefit apart from that? No, they just focus on health, weight loss. So what we thought that as a culture, we are Indian and we have, I think, 1,000 year Ayurveda in our culture. We use Ayurveda in, I think, in our things, but Britishers came, they just bought something else and started using that, and we call tea. But before, I think, before Britishers and after Britishers, still we drink something just like kadha. We are have our own herbal drinks. So that's why when we saw this, we saw a lot of potential in it because it has health benefit. It is called Shank Pushpi in Hindi in India. It is called Aprajita in India. So we saw a lot of health benefits. It's very good for, I think, if you read about it, it's very good for memory. It's very good for stress loss, stress relief. So that's why I think it has a lot of potential. It is very beneficial and it is better than other alternatives in tea. It's a better alternative. So we bought this thing. It's blue in color, so that's why we called it blue tea. So that's the name originated blue tea.
Okay, that was great. My next question to you would be, could you please describe your career transition into the fast-moving consumer goods, that is FMCG industry, coming from different professional background, despite coming from a professional background?
So what happens, me and Sunil, we started this brand. Actually, it was Sunil initially. He bought this idea. He told me. Then I jumped into it. Also saw that it has a great potential. It was very unique for me. So what happens? We are middle class people. I think middle class people, we don't have enough money. So what happens now? You have to get into either service-based industries, which require a lot of money. You have to change the habit. It requires a lot of money. So we don't have enough money in our pocket. Neither we were IT and IM, so we don't have the money and don't have the backup. We don't have the pedigree of a good college so that investors can pour on the money. So we are normal people, middle class people. So we thought we should get into product based thing, because in that we know something and that require a lot less capital, and you can be profitable from the beginning. You can have set of margin, people will consume it, and you have the money. So that's why we got into this FMCG or product based thing. We know that by selling this we get this amount of money, we'll be profitable, and we can run the business. So that's why we got into FMCG thing.
So, before earlier, you shared the health benefits of blue tea. So, what, according to you, makes it a unique product, and how do they differ from different types of tea? You said it earlier. Could you elaborate a bit more on it, please?
Yeah. So actually, blue tea, this brand was started because when we launched, uh, a flower that's called Shankpushpi, it's called butterfly pea flower, it's called Aprajita. When you infuse into water, it gives a blue color, and it is made from flowers. Other teas, traditional teas, are made from leaves, and it has a lot of health benefits. Just like stress relief, it's good for very stress relief. It's good for very memory. It's for, I think people consume it for, I think uh, it consumed because it is caffeine free. Other teas which you consume, it has caffeine into it. So a lot of people can't have caffeine. A lot of people, even persons, even child can't have caffeine. But this thing, people consume it. Anybody can have it. If it doesn't have, if anybody has an issue with caffeine, they can't drink green tea or black tea, but they can have this thing. And when we launched, it was only just one product or one flower. But later on, we launch a range of flower teas which has numerous health benefits. So if you ask me, we're a herbal tea brand with our product are flower based. We are a very unique position, and I think in the entire world very unique. Our position is very unique because no brand in the world is like us, which has brought teas are made of flowers. No brand. I think you can search it out. You can't get it. So every flower has its own benefits, and all are caffeine free. It means if anybody has issue with caffeine, they can't have other teas, but they can have our teas, and every tea has own benefits. It's just not like green tea that it's provide this kind of benefit. There's weight, it's so good for weight loss or antioxidant, but our teas have different benefits. So we provide whole range of benefits, ranging from, I think, memory, for good for memory, stress relief, detox. I think good for skin. I think butterfly pea is good for skin aging. Also, it helps in keeping your skin fresh. So a lot of benefits are there because it's herbal, it's Ayurvedic. So, yeah.
So, it's a great combination of health and taste, all in one drink for anyone interested.
Yes, and it's also not bitter.
Yes,
Like
yes.
other things, it's bitter. They are not bitter because they are made from flowers. They're sweeter, mild sweeter.
Absolutely. Great. So my next question to you would be, how do you source these butterfly pea flowers that are used in the tea?
So when we started the business, we used to procure from overseas. I think Southeast Asia used to procure because we saw there. But we when we started it, we found very difficult to source it from other countries because importing in India is very tough, especially for food products. So we got to know that if you want to scale, become a bigger brand, and if you want to reach to a wider audience, we need to solve this supply issue. So we bought the seeds, we reached to farmers, we offered minimum support to them that if anything happens, we'll support you. Don't worry, you'll get this amount of money. At least what you're earning, you'll get this. So you don't have need to worry about that. So we gave them confidence, and they started doing it. They started, I think, cultivating it. Previously, they used to do, I think, wheat, rice, potato, tomato. They started doing it. They started earning it. One farmer started. He told to other farmers. Then it just spread it. And I think at present, we may be hovering around something 200 farmers who are doing herbal tea or flower-based herbal tea cultivation for us. We started with one flower. Now we have around 10 flowers. So we are expanding in terms of farmers, also in terms of crops, or you can say cash crops, or you can say flowers also. So we directly procure from them. There's no middleman. The entire thing they used to supply directly to us. So whatever money they earning themselves. It's not being I think it's not being taken away by some middlemen. So in that sense, they get the full money. We get that fresh product for our consumers, and you know, food product has to be fresh. As simple as that. There's no doubt about that. It has to be fresh. It's our responsibility to for it's a responsibility that we should give them the fresh thing, and we are trying to do that. In some flowers we have done that, and now more and more flowers we're trying to do that, and we'll do that because but we are striving for that to get 100% as our product sourced from flowers.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel it's a great initiative to support farmers and at the same time ensure good products to the consumers as well. So my next question would be, how do you ensure quality and consistency in your blue tea products, and what steps do you take to maintain high consumer satisfaction levels?
Actually, it's a process. It takes time because what happens, farmers are not used to that thing. They because nobody trained them. So with our manpower, we are working from for them with them for around 4 years. I think more than 4 years we are working with them. So we train them that we have to. So what are the process we have to follow? We have provided the equipments also, so that the hygiene is good. The flowers are dried in a proper manner, and when it comes to us, we maintain many quality checks that so that if I receive any product, it should be of good quality. It should be fresh. Our manpower is very trained now. They know that this flower is of good quality or not. They check it when it is being, I think, shipped to our warehouse. First check is there. They check it whether it passes the minimum quality threshold or not. If it doesn't, we just ship it away. It's returned. If it goes well, then it is to another process. If they again check when another whether it is some other in other what you can say whether other articles or other impediments are into it. They check it. If it's not there, then again source, then it's sent to a third sorting. They again check it whether any hair is there or not, any articles external particles exist or not. So we use three layers, and because we use three layers, you can I think you can get things in either of three. So you have to use many layers because whatever the case, if you use one layer, it or two layer, it is quite possible that you may miss things.
Okay, great. So there's a good command in place to make sure that the quality is maintained at each and every step of production.
Yes, correct.
Yes. Okay, great. My next question would be, could you share your approach to managing finances as a startup, including any strategies, tools, or techniques?
Sorry, money managing.
Yes.
You know, I think for startups, I believe many very few startups will get funded. Most of them have to run with their own money or they can source it from banks, but still they have to manage it very efficiently because they are not getting from any investor. So is they're getting from banks or their father, their friends. So when you launch, when you have own money into this, you just work so hard on it. Really, you think every penny matters a lot. So automatically you think that if I'm spending this amount of money, how much I'm getting back. As simple as that. Rule is very simple. Because if you always think about unit economics, because if spending 1 rupees, am I getting 4 rupees or not, or 2 rupees or 3 rupees I'm getting or not, because you have other costs also. So it's always unit economics comes when it's own money, because you have to be profitable, because you have to make that money churn. It has to go every month. It has to just rotate. And the best part of I think online is money rotation is very easy. You sell within 7 to 15 days, you get the money. You just again buy the stock, and then again you sell. So this process goes on. So with minimum money, you can start an online business, and you can just rotate it, and you within, I think, with this rotation you can go to many years. So it's all about rotation and unit economics.
Okay, okay. That was great. So my next question would be in a gist, could you walk us through the production process of your blue tea from harvesting to packaging? What all steps you go through in brief?
And very brief, what happens, a farmer produces the flowers for us, then it's a daily process. They used to pluck the flowers. On the same day they used to dry it. Next day again they used to dry it. After drying, they check whether any other external particles are there or not. If they are not, they just have a packet of 20 kgs. They used to pack the materials and they used to ship it instantly. They don't need to keep it there. It has to be shipped instantly because we want the product to be fresh. So it just reaches to our warehouse. Then first checks take place. Whether quality check, whether minimum quality threshold is maintained or not. If it's maintained, it's good. They'll just take it to the another level, second sorting process. If it's not, just this passes. Second sorting process, again they check more minutely with every other thing. If it goes to second sorting process, then they again the third process. In that third sorting process, they check very minutely. I think to each and every flower, they just get into it. We have a lot of people for quality check, especially we got female for that because they are very good in that. They are very good. They're talented in that. No doubt about that. No, I think man can match in that. Last thing process we are given to them because they are the best in this work. So yes, this is the which we do it, and after that we just used to pack the goods, have a good packaging, good sealing so that it remain fresh, and then we used to ship to the warehouses of, I think, whether if we sell through Amazon, we send it to Amazon warehouses. If we sell it through Flipkart, we send it to our Flipkart warehouses. If we sell through our website, we send it to our partners in different areas, like just like we have different shipping partners. We used to keep the goods in Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, Kolkata, so that consumer can get the goods as soon as possible because we want the product to be fresh. We don't want that product needs to be shipped from our place only. We want that we try that very next day he get the product to keep it remain fresh.
Absolutely. So, speaking of packaging of product, we read that you use eco-conscious packaging for tea. So, could you elaborate a bit on that?
Mansi, just there's a break. I could not listen to you properly.
Okay. You spoke about packaging earlier. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So you spoke about packaging earlier. You said you use eco-conscious packaging for your tea. So could you elaborate a bit on it, please?
So in eco-conscious packaging, it means uh, we sell. If you think, we don't use sachets till now. So packaging, it means a packet is there. You take it. We have a tin box or zipper. In that, we used to keep the tea bags directly without any sachet, and we used to seal it. In that process, what happens? We don't use any sachet. We don't use any plastic. So in that process, we're not using any resource from the environment, and also plastic, which is not good for, I think, human being, because it does create a lot of issues for the humankind, mankind. So in that process, you're using very minimal resource from this nature, our Mother Earth. So if you see other brands, they use plastic packaging, sachets, which is not good for the environment, I believe. I think everybody is now conscious in that. Also, we have zippers and also tin packages. We have PET jars. All are reusable. People can use in different forms. They can put other stuff also. In India, we do that. That's the that's the, I think the best part of India. We use each and everything. We used to keep other stuff into that, and we can do that. That doesn't happen in normal tea packaging. If you see that, If you use it, you throw the box. There's nothing you can put inside. But in our case, you can put something into it and you can use it again and again. So first, we don't use any sachets, plastic sachets. We don't use sachet actually. We use normal tea bag, but it is sealed so that it remains fresh. And you just take it out and again seal. You can keep the lid so it remains fresh. There's no air into it. So that's why we don't use any sachets, and at the same time, the outer packaging in which we have tea bags, it can be used for different purposes. You can keep anything into it. You can keep even salt into it, or any vegetable you can put into it. People do that. My mother used to do that. In zipper packaging, she used to keep vegetables, and she used to keep in fridge. So that's the thing. That's the beauty of it. Yeah.
Absolutely. So your packaging is a great initiative in the whole sustainability of business as well. Okay, great. My next question would be, how do you differentiate your brand and products from other tea companies in the market?
How do we differentiate? Because we trying to create a new category with the blue tea. I think there's no brand who's trying to create a category. They are trying to just sell green tea. As simple as that. You can see the other brand. They're just trying to. We are trying to create a new category called blue tea. That's more is a healthier alternative. So for all teas which you're consuming till now is a healthier alternative. So that's why we have a big differentiator. That because we are creating a new category, more healthier versions of tea. It is caffeine free. Anybody can have it.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So, a couple of years ago, we were hit with the COVID-19 pandemic. How did you manage to sustain during pandemic and lockdown?
To be frank to you, I think for most of the businesses which are into health space, uh, got a big incentive in COVID. So we also got a big incentive. It's not good for actually, to be frank, but a lot of people suffered. A lot of people suffered. We saw everywhere somebody that took place, somebody dear ones just not in their life. But people who are in the health space, uh, more and more people got aware that they need to be keep better check to the health, need to have product which are more healthy. So people started consuming more healthier stuff. They started to read more about healthier stuff. So all who were in this health space got a big, I think, big hit on the upside. So we also get our sales were increased. So we are in the same thing. There's a what you can say एक हिंदी में बोलते हैं लहर चल रही थी उस टाइम डिफरेंट की सबको लोग हेल्थी लेना है तो दैट वाज द थिंग so it was for business point of view it was good but emotional view if you talk to me personally it was very tough to see that to be very frank so when you see on TV it was very tough.
Absolutely, it was a tough period. Okay, so moving on, how was your journey so far, and would you like to share any interesting or any memorable experience that you've had as a entrepreneur so far?
There are a lot of many there's not one but if you ask me what I've learned during my course is that uh, when you think something go full on. I think when you enter into this thing, if you believe that thing, go for it. There's no turning back. As simple as that. You have to get that. And you have to have this in mind. I have to get this. A lot of challenges will come, but I'll keep my head strong. I'll keep working on it. Things will change. Time will change. अच्छा टाइम भी आएगा बुरा टाइम भी आएगा बट वी हैव टू जस्ट कीप वर्किंग ऑन इट देखो बहुत लोग टैलेंटेड होते हैं जल्दी फिगर आउट कर लेते हैं पर बहुत ज्यादा लोग नॉर्मल होते हैं दे फॉर देम इट टेक्स टाइम बट स्टिल इफ यू आर इनटू दैट जर्नी चलते रहोगे मंजिल मिलेगी मंजिल मिलनी ही है इसलिए व्हाट आई लर्न की कीप वर्किंग हार्ड फॉर व्हाट यू ड्रीम यू नो I think if you're in that journey, you fail also, still you learn so many things and you can dream again and you can again go for that thing. So what I believe, this is the thing I learned. You have to take the journey and believe in yourself and go for it.
Absolutely, that's very true. Speaking of bad times and challenges, what would you say has been the biggest challenge that you faced as the founder of Blue Tea Company, and how did you overcome it? What were the lessons learned from it?
So what happened in 2019? Uh, me and Sunil had a discussion कि yeah, boss, should we continue or not? मतलब, because when he launched in 2018, it was new thing when you started in India. Initially, traction was there, but it was not growing as much as we wanted. So there was a conversation between us, कि boss, मतलब, we can't continue like it. We have to do something. Either we should do something or we should quit. Simple. Either we should stop it. Then we decided that let's try for 6 months, give it a shot, because that's again thing. Na, you have to be on the journey. Time will change, things will come. So we stuck to it. We worked very hard on it. We tried to tell people the benefits of our teas. And suddenly, I think traction started coming on a big scale. So at that time, we came to know that कि really, यार, मतलब, we have to be in that journey. So that's why I think uh, it really helped us. And yeah, that's the thing. So your question was, sorry, I just there's another thing to it. There's another layer into your question.
What was the lesson which you learned from it? What was the how did
So I
you
think again, lessons. I think same lesson. I think you have to continue this, and challenges. This was the biggest challenge for us, I believe. Uh, and after that, I think there was not much. Uh, I can say, yeah, there's a minor challenge, not big challenge, I can say. Uh, After in India, when we launched, we got in 2019, a lot of issue is not growing, but after some time we stuck to it, we got the traction. Then there's challenge key in India, there's a limited demand for that. Then we thought we have to sell overseas, we have to sell US. And cracking US was tough, really. It was tough to understand the audience, what they want from us, what they want in the product, what they want in the brand, what they're looking for. So we studied a lot about them. We studied a lot, and during the course of journey, I think how they look the brand is different. How Indians look at the brand, they have a different perspective from India. So during this course, we learn more about them also. We learn more about them, and we are selling. I think most of us selling takes place overseas. I think 60 to 70% is overseas, and majorly it is US. So in that process, we learn more about them.
Right. So, speaking of expanding and promoting, what type of marketing strategies did you use to promote Blue Tea, and what were the most effective ones in reaching and engaging your target audience?
It's mainly about the health is the benefit of the artists and how we are different and what value we bring. We have a major difference. Again, I'm saying we are a tea which is flower-based tea, herbal teas, and it has a lot of numerous benefits which other traditional teas does not have. So that we tried to, I think, communicate to our audience, and they liked it. Yes, it has. They read a lot about it. ऐसा नहीं कि we just say down मान लिया उन्होंने, ऐसा नहीं होता है मतलब. They are very smart. They are very smart. Consumers are very smart. They read a lot about the thing because the spending money is not easy यार. This because they want to learn more about the product कि क्या benefit होगा इससे. नहीं ऐसी कोई ऐसी हम तो we are not selling Maggie to them because as Maggie is known to everyone, we are selling a new thing to them, and we are saying it's good for your health. So they read a lot. They read and they found yes, what we are saying is good. What we are saying is correct, and I think that strategy helped us getting more traction and getting more consumers. I think worldwide.
Okay, great. So, next question would be, how do you prioritize sustainability and ethical practices in your tea production and business operations?
How you prioritize? Because, you know, businesses needs to think. I think as a brand perspective and as a brand, we just not can't. We just not can't. We just should not be just think about that we have to sell the product and we'll get the money. It's just only about the product. No, it's about the whole ecosystem. It's all about uh, environment. It's about people. It's the community also. People who are doing for you, who are working for you. It's the employees. It's the persons from where we getting the raw material. Just like in our case, it's farmers. So we have to look for them also. Yes, they also need to be part of it, because if they are not there, how we can go move ahead, because they are the important pillar for us. So as a brand, they have to look 360. It's not just about कि I have to sell the product, बस मुझे सामान बेचना है कि बस इससे यही होता है, इस प्रोडक्ट से आप खरीद लो, मुझे पैसे दे दो. ऐसा अब नहीं होगा. मतलब ओवरसीज इट इज मोर, जहाँ पे लोग ज्यादा आई थिंक अवेयर हैं. दे वांट ए ब्रांड which is more holistic, which talks more about the backward linkages, कि आप लोग पीछे क्या कर रहे हो, आपके साथ लोग जुड़े हुए, उनके साथ आप क्या कर रहे हो, अपने एम्प्लॉयज के साथ क्या कर रहे हो आप, व्हाट आर डूइंग विद, if any farmers involved, what you doing with them. अच्छा, how you spending your money, you are contributing anything for the society or not, you are earning profit, are you doing something for other people also, so, and are you doing something for the environment also. So all they're looking for holistic. In India also it's catching up, it is catching up, but in developed world it is more. They look for a brand which is more holistic, which talks more about the environment, which talks more about the humankind, which talks more about the community which they're helping. So yeah, that's I think brand needs to be take care of this also, and we selling overseas, so we also take care of that, because if we just sell a product, they will not just buy it. As simple as that.
Absolutely. That was great. So, my next question would be, could you share any upcoming products or plans for the future of Blue Tea Company?
Very recent, we are launching. I think you can say you can have iced tea instantly. You don't have to put anything. You just dip it, pour some water, add some ice, and have it. You don't have to add anything. So these kind of things we are launching. It's very instant. Other things are in the pipeline, but very instant. We are launching iced teas, some health specific teas related to detox, calmness, which are specific to consumers. So these kind of things we're launching, and we have a brand. We sell Indian overseas. So overseas we have different kind of product line. For India we have different kind of product line, because consumers are a bit different. We have to treat them accordingly. Okay. So yeah. So if very recently, let's say we are launching our iced teas, and we are very, I think, bullish about it, because instantly you can have iced tea natural base. Because what other iced tea you're having, they are processed. It has chemical into it purely, but our 100% natural. We don't use any chemical. It's purely herbs. It's purely 100% herbs. For sweetness we add stevia leaves. It gives sweetness. Leaf has sweetness into it. So for sweetness we add this thing. For flavors we add natural herbs. For color we have butterfly pea. For blue color, we have butterfly pea. For red color, we have hibiscus tea. It gives red color. If you want a yellow color, we have chamomile. So we give different colors and different kinds of herbs. So that's the idea. Yeah.
Great. They sound all very interesting. Cannot wait to try them out.
Please try that. We're launching within
Yes,
15 days.
yes, definitely. So, my next question would be, you recently made an appearance on Shark Tank India. So, how would you describe your overall experience being on that stage?
I think uh, it's a life changing experience, I can say, because it's very different. Because you go on TV, you present something, so many people are watching you, and by I think you're putting your perspective. A lot of pressures are there, and when you come out of it, na, and you are a different person. I think, some addition is done to your overall personality, because you face a lot of pressure there. You present your idea to whole world. I believe. I think entire world sees it. Somebody sees on uh, this Sony Live, somebody sees on Instagram, somebody sees on YouTube. So you present your things, a lot of people sees you, and so you observe a lot of pressure there. Pressure is huge when you go there, present something. So many people are saying you can't be wrong. कुछ गलत बोल दी तो क्या होगा? लोगों के क्या क्या कमेंट्स आएंगे, सब कुछ होगा, लेकिन you, that's what I'm saying. When you get out of it, you take a lot of pressure, you get inside it, you absorb the pressure and you get out of it. And after that, उसके बाद काफी अच्छी चीजें भी होती हैं। आपसे लोग, आप एयरपोर्ट पे जाते हो, लोग आपसे सेल्फी लेते हैं, सो इट एड्स वैल्यू। मतलब लगता है कि हाँ यार, कोई हमसे, कोई हाँ, हमें भी कोई हमारे साथ कोई फोटो हमसे खिंचवाना चाहता है, मतलब स्नैप लेना चाहता है। सो वो भी एक अलग, एक डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस होता है। आई थिंक इट्स एड्स a value to your personality. You get a lot of confidence. I think after that, you get a major boost in your confidence because you have presented something to entire world. Yeah. So for me, I will say it's a confidence. I think it's a great addition to your overall personality.
Right. So, were there any changes which you observed in terms of sales or, the recognition of your company after the Shark Tank episode was aired?
Yes, yes, a lot of people knew about our product. Our website sales have increased. Amazon पे काफी उसका बढ़ गया हमारा, मतलब जो सेल होती थी उससे पहले काफी इंक्रीज हो गया. We have to spend less to acquire more consumers now. Initially, we have to spend more. Now we have to spend less. Overseas, a lot of interest हमारे पास आया. A lot of B2B orders have come. So because of what happens after Shark Tank, a lot of people know about you. डिजिटल फुटप्रिंट आ गया है, कहीं पे एक चीज अवेलेबल है, द क्रेडिबिलिटी has been added to it. And if we say if we just have conversation with anyone for any new initiative, they just respond very, I think, in a very positive manner. Previously they may not have, but after Shark Tank it has a big impact. At least we have a digital footprint on national and international scale. So it adds to our, I think, credibility. So credibility is a very good thing, and a lot of people know about your brand. A lot of people know about because they have seen somewhere. So it's about the validation of the brand, and it's a
Yeah,
process. Initially, you get a great hit. Initially, it is great. Then it will go down, but from previous time, it will be higher, and you'll get more interest after that. And how to use that, it's up to you.
absolutely. So it helps you a lot with the brand recognition of your company as well. So you
Yes.
spoke previously about how you export your products to the US. So would you like to give any advice to someone who is looking to export their products in the food industry as well?
Yes, I think uh, I believe if anybody is looking to sell overseas, the most economical way to sell in US or UK, it is, I believe, it is Amazon, and after that, it's a website. Because on Amazon, we don't need much capital for, because it's online. You don't have to keep the goods in any offline store where you have to pay for listing fee and other thing. You don't have to keep any promoter for that. You have to just list your product on Amazon. Just like in India, you have to list the product in .com. You have to keep the goods in their warehouses. Just like in India, you do that. And just tell, but you have to just tell about the product through Insta, or you through running ads on Amazon or Facebook, and you have to just communicate your product to the consumer. And what happens in Amazon is a keyword thing. People look for that product, and if your product features on that keyword list, on that page, automatic sale will happen. So I
Absolutely.
think, yeah, it's online for anybody, newbody. I think online is the best way to go, and you should start with, I think, is Amazon or your website. These are the two major channels which you should start.
Okay. That was great. So how do you see the future of tea industry evolving? What according to you is the potential of tea industry, and where do you see Blue Tea Company fitting in it?
You know, uh, there is a change is happening. People are moving from normal teas to more, I think, teas which are more uh, healthier for them. They are looking for things which can benefit them in a way. There's a change is happening after COVID. It is more, but change is happening in a pretty good manner, and we are in the right we are at the right moment because we are a company which are selling products, teas which are good for health. So we are very much in the moment. I think we'll have a great advantage because other people are just shifting from that. We're already into that. So that's why we'll get. I think we are getting it. We are getting. We are witnessing it. As not that it's very different. And what happens now? You'll see that traditional teas. This you can't. You will not see any growth. They are not flat. Teas which are more herbal are getting more growth. It will happen, and also people will consume tea in a way which is more convenient. They like to have tea. It can be sachet, it can be premixes powders, just pour in, have it. It can be drops also, just drop it and you can have it. It can also be in RTD form, ready to drink. You have to just, in a bottle is there, you have to just consume it. This is the thing which is happening, but again, it depends on country, in which country you are. For the US, it is different, for India, it's different. But this is the way this is happening. And just like in India, people are started consuming through tea bags. US people are using for I think many years, but India started. So yeah, but yeah, people will look for things which are more healthier. What they always think, if we have something, what benefit it can bring to us. As simple as that.
Absolutely. So this is just the beginning of all the health related drinks and everything. We're introducing them. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Great. So, last question would be, what advice would you like to give to aspiring entrepreneurs who want to start their own specialty food or beverage business?
Uh, Especially to people who are starting specialty owned business,
Yeah, specialty food or beverage business.
they have, if anybody is specialty based, they're already a niche. So they have to focus on their niche and they have to just communicate about their niche because I think base is very big. They'll find their niche because people are looking for different things, new things, and they read a lot about it. So for any specialty food business any person is in, they should have some digital footprint about that. It was very necessary because people want to read about it. People want to see about that. See, they want to see the video. They want to see any article on it. So for anything, I think footprint has to be there because they want to just see and check whether whatever the person is saying can be cross verified. So that's the thing. You need to have digital footprint and just go about it because people are looking for new things, especially. And if you're specialty based, you have an audience definitely because if you're specialty based, you're not competing with anyone. You are your own and you have a niche, and that audience will be with you. You will not face any competition. You will not face if you run ads. You will not face any competition because nobody's there. Whom you're fighting with? Nothing. You're offering new something. You're creating something new. So a lot of potential for you, but there will be limited market for that. As simple as that. You can't expect that it is a mass product. It won't happen because it takes time. It takes time to build something. People will not suddenly take everything. It will have an audience, but it will have limited one.
So, being in specialty business will help being a great differentiator for young and upcoming entrepreneurs.
Yes, yes, definitely. They'll get an audience easily. As much initially, they'll not face any competition, but they have to educate about it. They have to tell about that. That thing they have to do it.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Well, I guess that brings us to the end of this session. It was indeed a wonderful and power packed, interesting session that you gave. We learned a lot about the potential of blue tea, the butterfly pea flower, health benefits, your product range, and overall, it was a really amazing session. So, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you,
I
Mansi.
would
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes. I would like to request the audience if they have any questions, kindly put them in the chat box and we'll try to answer them as much as possible. Looks like there aren't any. Okay. Okay, I'll just end it. So, on behalf of the team at FoodYaari, I would like to thank Mr. Nitesh Singh, who has taken time from his very busy schedule to enlighten us. It was an excellent session. I'm sure everyone here today is going home with knowledge of an amazing tea. I would
क्यों किसी
also
ने
like
पूछा? ऐसा क्या हो गया? कोई पूछ नहीं रहा कुछ भी? क्या कितने लोग आए हैं कि पूछ ही नहीं रहा कोई? क्या इंटरेक्टिव है? कुछ इंटरेक्शन तो होना चाहिए, कोई तो पूछे सवाल. नथिंग. कितने लोग देख रहे हैं बताओ?
um, I don't think there are that many viewers today.
Yeah. So that's all. Not many questions. Huh? No questions.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. There are 15 to 20 people watching, but okay. I would also like to thank FoodYaari team for organizing this great session. And lastly, I would like to thank all the attendees as well for your participation. And thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, sir. And hope you have a good night.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. Take care. Bye bye.